بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is our program Spirit of Values and this is Dr. Tariq Rashid. We started with the value of happiness. The most important, highest value in life is happiness. After we mentioned the concept of vitamins, let's discuss deeply your fourth model, which to remind you with the triangle and the heart, body, and mind, and spirit or soul. When we will achieve happiness, if each part of the four is in the right track of happiness. And we have four circles for happiness. What are the four circles? Please, paper and pen, and draw the following four circles, which will help you to understand the concept of happiness from these four perspectives. We have the needs circle, we have the skills and talents circle, desires and motivators, values and ethics. And each one of these we have given a certain episode to discuss, so you can get back to the program and check this. But we start always with the following question. How many people on earth you think they work in a work that satisfies all their needs, emotional, physical, social, spiritual, and they invest all their skills in life and talents, and always they feel passionate, motivated, and desire to achieve, and do not go against their values and ethics? How many people on earth satisfy the whole four together? Actually, 1 per 2 to 3 million. Very rare. But if we ask in a concept, what is happiness related to the concept of these circles? Actually, if you can combine the circles together, if you work in a work that satisfies your needs, physical needs, emotional needs, security needs, social needs, spiritual needs, and you invest in your skills and talent. Please get back to our episode of skills and talents, and you are always motivated, then, and does not contradict with your values and ethics. This is the highest level degree of happiness on earth if you satisfy the four circles together. Let me give you a recipe for happiness, and I call this recipe Shine Recipe. Again, please, paper and pen to take the recipe. We are now cooking happiness with a certain components. Let's discuss the recipe of Shine. S for sleeping, H for hormones, I for infections, N for nutrition, E for exercising. Let me clarify. First, sleeping. How many hours at night give excellent sleeping for people that will keep health going? They found that from 6 to 8 hours is the length of sleeping, but at night, please. Some people always at night they are waking up. This will affect actually the hormones of the body. So 6 to 8 hours of sleeping with the condition of dark rooms. Darkness will help in deep sleeping. If you have any lights or mobiles in the sleeping room, you will never sleep. Your conscious mind is still active, although you feel that you are sleeping. So please, dark rooms, 6 to 8 hours of sleeping, preferably not later than 11 p.m. So this is the S for this recipe, the sleeping hours. This will affect the hormones. And for the hormones, we have different hormones, but I care only for the adrenaline hormone, cortisol hormone, insulin hormone, thyroid hormone, and the serotonin hormone responsible for happiness. They found that God, and thank God for health always, give in our body lots of hormones that act in an integration model. So Adrenaline and cortisol, responsible for stress, fear, anger, worry. When these hormones increase in the body, this will affect happiness and other hormones will be lower. Insulin resistance will increase if these hormones are affected. So our body's response by hormones to the external environment. Relax, please. If you feel happy, if you sleep well, this will affect the actions of hormones in your body. And believe it or not, 80% of physical problems are due to psychology and thinking. The H now is the hormones, the I, infections. Whenever you have an infection in your body, it tells you something wrong is there. Infections could come as a headache or raising in the temperature or the blood pressure. So these infections give a warning for you. Your body is suffering. What to do? Before going directly to medicine, please, before going to medicine will just remove the cause or the symptom. Will remove the symptom, will never remove the cause. So just be patient, please. Before taking the medicine, try to relax. Give yourself 2 days of full sleeping and relaxing. I assure you, you will get back to health. Of course, we need doctors in our lives once we feel that infections are affecting highly our bodies. But whenever you have an infection, this is a sign that you are suffering something wrong in your body. What is very important is your nutrition. Tell me what you eat, I tell you who you are. So please do the concept of balanced nutrition in your food. Whether you go for carbohydrates, we don't recommend carbohydrates. And عليه الصلاة والسلام احذروا الأبيضين الملح والسكر. Sugar and salt should be avoided always. So make a good balance of your nutrition, but exercising is a must. Even if you walk at least 3 hours a week, walking will help body to re-energize. So this is the shine recipe. Once you apply, is part of the vitamins. So we use the vitamins with this recipe. For sure, we will start to feel change in our life and we will feel more control of our bodies. The most important vitamin is D. You remember D is set a plan for happiness. How to start setting a plan for happiness? Let's see how to try to put an action for happiness. We have to answer these 7 questions. First, start, what makes me happy? What makes me happy? Set a plan to achieve happiness. This is the what question. Why are the objectives of the plan? What are the objectives of your plan? What to do? So what and why, the most important questions for setting a plan for action. Then comes the when question. The when questions that you set a schedule. And we recommend we set a schedule for any plan. We don't plan for planning. We plan for achievement. We plan for result. And if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So the idea, set a schedule. Most people here start postponing. If you go for nutrition, next week I'll stop eating carbohydrates. No, next week, the other week, they are just postponing the recipe of shine. Remember, recipe of shine, set an action plan. So the when is the schedule. Where is the location or where I will apply this? Apply it for wherever you are. Sometimes because you travel, you may face a change in the recipe. Sometimes different time zones may affect your sleeping. So you have to check always who is actually 3 questions. Who's responsible for my happiness? Who is affecting my happiness? Who is affected by being happy? So who's responsible for your happiness? You. You is the most important person in happiness. But for sure, your wife, your husband, your kids will help. But these are affecting and affected but the responsibility is yours. Whenever you are responsible, you start feeling happiness. How? How to be happy? Apply, please, the vitamins A, B, C, D, E. Awareness, balance, commitment, down to action, and empathy with others. Being emotional intelligence will help you to feel happiness. And by emotional intelligence, we mean the following skills. We have 5 skills by being emotionally intelligent. The first is again self-awareness. Self-awareness, you will find it always a part of any issue in happiness. And get back to the episode of self-awareness. Then, managing negative emotions. Another important issue. People with high emotional intelligence, they can control stress, anger in their lives, and motivating self. Being able to motivate yourself for sure will help you to reach a destination of happiness. Then emotional intelligent people can highly motivate others. So the 4th skill is motivating others, and the 5th skill is being able to be social and communicate with different types of people. Get back also to an episode where we discuss the whole communication model, the value of communication that will facilitate your going in life. So these are the 7 questions that we set in order to achieve the concept of happiness. And remember, by changing your thoughts, you have the power to change your world. The idea again is the conscious mind. The conscious mind is very crucial, by which we increase awareness and control everything. And they always said, watch your thoughts, they become words. And once you watch your words, they become your actions. The body will respond. Watch your actions, they will become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So the idea always, the thoughts, the thinking part is very important. And we can suggest some models actually to help in relaxing and to help actually also to increase happiness. The 4 models or the 4 components of the human body. How the body can work for happiness. The most important happiness is the spiritual happiness. For sure, physical happiness is important, emotional happiness, mental happiness, but spiritual happiness. If you have a very high level of spiritual happiness and spiritual awareness, you will affect everything. And this is by serving God, worship. Even your hand can go in worship by giving people a zakah, or it will act against by stealing or whatever. Your eyes will go in a worship by watching things that God allow you to watch. Otherwise, no, every part of your body is responsible for your happiness. And the most important we mentioned, the mind. Increase your awareness to feel happiness, and the most important is your heart. The emotional part, all of these will give me the spiritual happiness. Our main objective of discussing the value of happiness is to reach spiritual type of happiness. Once we get to this destination, we reach happiness. So in this episode, we discuss different issues. So just I will give a quick revision of the value of happiness. We started with defining the 4 circles. The 4 circles, the circles of needs. Specify your needs. I have physical needs, emotional needs, social needs, values, aspects of needs. Define all your needs. Then start thinking of the second circle, which is how can I use my skills as well as my talent to be responsible for an action plan. Then let's think of the third circle, desires, motivators. What motivates you? What will energize you for going? And the fourth circle is the most important circle. It's the concept of this program, the circle of values. once we go with the four circles, and once we understood the idea of vitamins and the shine recipe, which is sleeping, hormones, infections, then nutrition and exercising, for sure we will reach the four components of happiness, reaching hopefully the spiritual type of happiness. So this is the model. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.